Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is John and welcome back to Worship Gear Collective, a channel all about helping the Sunday musician feel more equipped for their worship nights, for their gigs, or even just their regular Sunday mornings. I had to stop and grab it. This is the Root Telecaster by Fender. It has an 8160 in the bridge. Now, fun fact about me, I'm a huge metalhead. I grew up idolizing Slipknot. I grew up playing metalcore, deathcore, and I mean, I'm even a gent fan. Say what you will about it. All right, so right now I have in my hand my favorite guitar of all time, the Root Telecaster by Fender. It's the EMG 8160 combo. It's the original one. It's not from the first production line. I got this around 2020, and it's just been my most prized possession guitar. I show you this though to talk to you about a brand new series that we're gonna be starting. Hang on first. All right, and we're starting a brand new series called Will It Worship. This is going to be all about the obscure gear for the worship world that might not be seen on a typical Sunday or a typical video from Elevation, Bethel, Circuit Rider, Maverick, any of those places, Brandon Lake. You might not expect to see this guitar. You might not expect to see any of the gear that you're going to see on Will It Worship in those videos. You know what, real quick, I'm going to put another overhead shot of my pedal board. You've seen this before, the HX Stomp, the Big Sky, the Timeline, the Kilt. This is all stuff that you've seen on boards before. I mean, Bethel is the Kilt through and through. E. Edwards inspired me to go from an LT to a Stomp with the combo. Of course, Strymons all over the place. Some of you might not have that. You might have a Line 6 Spider and a Metal Zone, and you got to figure it out because you want to start. You have a Katana, and it makes no sense. You have an 8-string that'll be on the channel eventually, and you're just trying to make it work. You don't need things like custom in-ears to get started. As a matter of fact, I've rocked, and I have them right here. Hang on. I've had this pair of 215s, excuse me, since 2016, and they work great. You don't need this fancy gear. You could show up with a pair of over-ear headphones if you really wanted to and you needed in-ears. The point I'm trying to make, and the point I'm going to try and hopefully show you through this series, through the next set of videos, through this video alone, is the gear that you have is enough. We're going to get some first impression tones with the Root guitar here soon, and just see what we think about it. I've not altered anything on my board. It's still set up for Raise a Hallelujah. That's going to be the reference song, I think, today. And we're just going to go through some different sounds and just feel out how different it feels. So for you guys in worship world watching this, something about this guitar you might not know is EMGs are really high output pickups. They are compressed, they're angry, they're mean, they snarl. They're made for metal. Makes sense. EMGs though, specifically the 81's made for metal. The 60, I think you'll be surprised with what happens today. I kind of know a little bit about this, how it sounds in a worship context, because I played this guitar a lot on stage. It does get funny looks to show up with EMGs and something that had the Root signature on the back of the headstock. But you're going to see Patrick and I both talk about how that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Right? You're going to see, I mean, there'll be Squires on the show. There'll be, like I said, Metal Zones, Quad Quartet, all kinds of different things, hopefully, to just show you whatever you have is enough. But without further ado, let's put on the Telecaster, get some initial first impression sounds, and see how we feel. All right, so as you can tell, this is all ready to go, plugged in. Signal flow real quick is compressor always on. All effects go into the front of the HX Stomp. I'm running some match mins, going out of the Walrus canvas in DI stereo, right into the front of this. Scarlett 18i20. I'm going to do very, very, honestly, no processing on the guitar at all, just so you hear it really raw as much as I can. Yeah, so here's the first E minor chord right now. Alright, so first impressions are, this thing is cooking. It is crazy loud. It's clipping, it's pretty close to clipping the whole way. It's definitely close, for sure, very close. So as you heard, it's a little harsh. I turned down the compression from 230 to 1-ish. We're gonna use Raise a Hallelujah. I'm gonna use my multi-track session that I have open for Raise a Hallelujah, and we're gonna play in the key of C, hear how this sounds in a mix, and then talk about it after. Sound good? So let's get into it. So what'd you think of that? I personally liked it. I think it was definitely different than my Gretsch. It felt different from the player experience, right? Different feeling body, different output pickups, different woods. The user experience was just different. I think the sound was mildly different in the sense of, like, I had a little too much volume. I probably would have, in hindsight, if playing this on a Sunday, I would have probably put the volume back in my stomp control, because right now I have it set up because I play low and medium output pickups, that the volume knob doesn't do anything. It's just kind of there. I'd bring that back, and I'd probably have to tweak the level on my compression a little bit more. Honestly, I might even skip my pedals and just go right into the stomp and have multiple stomp patches set up for just that pedal, because that guitar, because I use that guitar so infrequently on a Sunday. I still love playing metal. I still love that thing. I normally have it tuned up to highest it normally is drop C sharp. Normally it's like from drop B to drop C. What I really liked in the guitar that I thought was different was how dark the front pickup, the neck pickup was, the 60. I really enjoyed how those like C chord palm mute sounded with the dotted eighth note. It was really fun. And something I did in the first chorus that you might not have noticed is I was on the bridge pickup and I had no gain pedals on. I didn't have a Morning Glory or the kilt on or anything. I just played it as is. And I think it actually achieved the sound pretty well. Also, I did play the second chorus. I brought it in and I played it with the Morning Glory on in my normal Morning Glory settings, which I have right here. It was a lot. I thought it was too much. I would have had to play around with that pedal. It felt a little more aggressive than I was comfortable with, but I don't think it was so bad that it wasn't usable. I think it just was what I was not prepared for.
Note from editor John, I already forgot for the first ever Will It Worship. Yes, it did worship. All right, back to the video.
So that was my thoughts overall on the guitar. Hey, listen, this has been a ton of fun. What would be the thing you'd want to see next on Will It Worship? Should I have an 8-string? Should I do the Omega Neural DSP plugin? Should we do Reaper as an MD? What would be something that'd be exciting for you to play? Why don't you comment down below, let me know what you thought. Until then, why don't you like, subscribe, hit the bell for more notifications, and go follow us on Instagram at Worship Gear Co. Like I said, my name is John. It has been so good hanging out with you, and until then, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace!